What's up, folks? So there is a terror alert going across America right now, specifically in Texas, and they're trying to cover it up in the best way they know how. Governor Greg Abbott has come out and said Texas Guard units are staging across the state to prepare for severe weather. Since when? Since when have we ever done that in Texas? But, all right, Texas Guard units are staging across Texas for severe weather. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Also, heavy police presence in Earl Campbell Federal Building, downtown Dallas, bomb threat. So I'm hearing Texas is a big, big target. Down goes Texas, down goes America. So what I'm hearing right now, and I have friends all over the place, folks, feeding me information, and they're saying, "No, this is not regular. This is absolutely abnormal activity," and they're trying to not alarm people or cause too much of a panic. So I'm on top of this. If you're on ninoscorner.tv, good for you. I got Larry Ballard coming up in just a second to talk about what we're going to be presenting on ninoscorner.tv. And by the way, folks, how did you like that? The psychoanalysis of Hillary Clinton with Dr. 𝗬𝗏. That was insane. If you haven't watched it, I highly consider to go watch it. I absolutely one of the best podcasts I've ever done. Also, notifications, folks. Hit the notification button. Alex is with us today, but his gear is all messed up, so he's able to run the show in the background, but he can't interject or talk or anything. His audio is messed up, so we're working on all those issues. Also, if you're on my Facebook, yeah, it just got taken down. This page got taken down on Facebook. We're working on the issue. I have a team of people working on it the best we can. Facebook, like, if they want to respond, they'll respond. If not, this is what you get. So I'm up almost to 700,000 people on Facebook, and it's just all of a sudden, page disappeared. So obviously we're over the target all the time, but I'm working with a team of people to get my Facebook back up and running, trying to take every measure possible. So if you don't see my Facebook, just know that it's unpublished right now for whatever reason. We can see it on the back end, but most everybody cannot see it from my understanding. We're working on it. And all those pretenders out there, that's not my Facebook. My Facebook has about 60,000 people on there right now. So we were racing towards 700,000 and it just unpublished. Just, Facebook does what it wants to do. So that's the problem there. So folks, Venmo, 𝗫_Rod, 𝗫_Rod 1977. You can leave me a nice little token. I appreciate it. If you appreciate me, I appreciate you. Also, when the lights go out on Amazon, see, Alex is back. There it is. Now I got the nice little graphic up there. Book I wrote on my iPhone. Please leave an honest review. Also, the Mexican Mix, baby. The Mexican Mix, my mama's book where she went slumming with a Mexican, see? That's a great book. And I do appreciate all the prayers. Everyone's sending a lot of prayers for my mama. And that always helps me. So pretty interesting. Okay, here we go. Noble Gold. One click, one crash, and it's gone. Your 401k is just a number on the screen, folks. Gold is different, especially if you have it on you. You can hold it, hide it, pass it down. For nearly a decade, Noble Gold Investments has helped investors like you protect their savings and their future with physical gold and silver. So if you're starting to second guess the safety of your portfolio, now's the time to act. Download your free wealth protection kit at noblegoldinvestments.com now. That's Noble Gold Investments. Noble Gold Investments, folks. Get started on that. Man, I hate when I'm disorganized, which is pretty much the theme of my life. Yeah. Oh, boy. All right, let me get that over there. Let me set my ghetto timer for my people out there. Ghetto timer. There it is. I have Larry Ballard that's going to be joining me in just a moment to talk about everything that's going down with Sharia law and why we need to be very concerned. And that's why I put alert on the thumbnail, because this is about to kick off. And especially Texas is on high alert. So X is Nino Boxer, patriotwear.com right there. I got another store coming with more merch. We're going to change things up a little bit, and that's in the process. It's a work in progress right now. Also, ninoscorner.tv. 𝗬𝗏𝗏 Unedited is up there. 𝗬𝗏𝗂𝗂𝗂 is up there. New video by 𝗬𝗏𝗂𝗂𝗂. I'm going to be doing a show with him later today as well. Dr. 𝗬𝗏𝗏 is up there, unedited. Stuart Swerdlow's up there. The Ghost is coming back on. Daniel Brinkley's coming on very soon. It's fire, folks. And Ringside with Nino will be Wednesday the 11th, 5 p.m. Wednesday the 11th, 5 p.m. Ringside with Nino, baby. Also, we might be having a new resurrection sale coming soon. It's kind of different. Lifetime membership. And so we're working on that right now for a one flat fee lifetime membership. We're working on that right now. We should have that up. It's not guaranteed yet. I don't know if we're going to have it up yet. I don't know if the text can do it. We're trying. We're doing our best. So a lot of people have asked that. We're going to bring it to you, hopefully. So, folks, without further ado, you might want to turn it down or turn it up, baby. Yeah. Coming at you live from the apocalypse, folks. Yeah. Oh, let's go. Terror alert. Let's bring on Larry Ballard. Larry.
Hey, Nino.
Go, baby.
What a contrast. Young man, old man.
Nah, you're not that old. All right, so we're going to go to ninoscorner.tv today. You're the one that told me, nah, Nino, I'm not comfortable with putting this on YouTube. It's because obviously they're a protected class. We're going to say they are a protected class, but you have a lot of warnings to issue, correct?
Yeah, basically, I've got a unique situation. When I died in '68, God said, read the Bible, read the Quran, because the day will come when you will find out that that's an enemy that you need to know about. And so there's more layers in this. People are focusing primarily, like they always do, events of the day, what's happening, what bombs are we dropping, what things are we taking out. There's way more to it. There's layer after layer after layer of this. There's two levels of Islam. There's the level that we think of that we're trying to prevent from having jihad, from dropping an atomic bomb, but there's also, just like we have with the global financial elite, with the Democrats, there's a process that goes on for 100 years where they get into our government, where they get control of the media, where they incessantly just nibble away at us and nibble us away. And that's what I'm going to be talking about, all the layers. So it includes an effort to try to be the dominant religion and political system in the world. It has to do with believe it or not, with the beast system in Europe. It has to do with the Green New Deal. That's bigger than you think. There's a lot involved there.
And these are all still in play, right?
Yes. This is really what we need to understand when this war is over, and when the threat of an atomic bomb is gone. The threat's not gone. It's just gone subsurface. And the big thing we have to be aware of is our Constitution. If they get Sharia law into the United States like they have in Europe, we're done. So that's why I said the connection with Europe is they've come in there through immigration, through illegal immigration, and then they outbirth us. So they can have 4 wives. Each wife has 2-3 kids.
All right, we'll go into this more on .tv, but you know, I'm also hearing major terror alerts in Texas, across the states right now. People need to understand that this is the reason Trump is neutering this situation. He's neutering this potential war. That's why he's making the move right now. And he's doing all of this before the midterms to stop the threat, because what I understand is going to be an executive order and a national emergency that's coming that will completely cut the legs off the Democrats. And what he's doing first is nullifying, neutralizing all the threats that could take place around that time of the midterms. He's getting ahead of the ball with Iran's nuclear threat, the cartels in Mexico. People need to understand this is a military operation, correct, Larry?
Absolutely. This is jihad. A lot of people don't even know what jihad means. So we won't go into detail right now. All I wanted to come on for was to say, please, this is an important show. We can't do it on mainstream. Come back and join us. We're going to be on at 11 Mountain Time. And
right. I'm bringing on. I'll post the show today. It'll be pre-recorded, but I will get the show up this evening, folks, at ninoscorner.tv. Larry, I appreciate you coming on and giving us a preview of what we're going to be talking about. This is going to be fun. So I'll send you a link right after I'm done with the morning show.
I'll see you later. Have a good day.
Larry,
Bye-bye.
God bless you. All right, so folks, yeah, this is getting hot, and I'm getting a lot of intel and information from everywhere that this is boiling over now. So we could be expecting some kind of threat on our homeland. And I'm hearing from very, very qualified people, hey, man, you got to put this out. You got to put this out. It's getting crazy. I also talked to 𝗬𝗏, who had big news for me that he wants to break himself. But I'm not allowed. I'm not in a position to say what it is. But he has some big news that he's going to be breaking probably today at some point. I'll bring him on .tv to do that as well. I might be able to put it on YouTube, but it's big, big news. 3 grand Ayatollahs declare global Jihad. Boom, baby, yeah. Ayatollah vows to shed Donald Trump's blood. Now, this is a real threat. Why? Because assassination attempts are in play. Attempts, I've said. So now we have legitimate threats of a global jihad and assassination attempts to be made against Donald Trump. So what does a global jihad really mean? Well, it means, if I were you, I'm just going to say this. Traveling right now to any Western civilized city could be, you could have the threat of terrorism. And flights are being canceled worldwide right now. I don't know if you all are paying attention to this. Delays everywhere in every single airport, especially internationally. So flights are in danger, as well as tourist hotspots and hotels, especially if they know Americans frequent these areas. Now, you got to remember, it's not just the regime in Iran. Folks, these people are spread out globally, and they're going to wait for a coordinated effort. Let me say that again. A coordinated effort to pull the ripcord here. So it's not going to be just, there might be some sporadic events that happen here or there, but they're going to wait for a coordinated effort. So especially if they know that Americans are in these hotspots. Democrats hope, well, there's also especially, sorry, folks, I'm all over the place. Rumors are now out that a new trove of batch of Epstein files are ready to drop. Democrats hope it will implicate Trump, but I have a sneaky suspicion. I got Judge Joe Brown, by the way. A sneaky suspicion. How do you guys like that? Oh, boy. I can't help it. Sometimes I hear people and I'm just like, oh, a sneaky suspicion. So Judge Joe Brown right there for you, folks. Thank you. Don't forget to tip your waiter. Democrats hope it will implicate Trump, but I got a sneaky suspicion that it's going to implicate the Clintons even further, especially who? Hillary. So as she's up there in her deposition saying she doesn't have time for this, she has no relation to Jeffrey, I don't know. I think the next batch of files could be very damning to someone like her. So she's going to be caught in multiple lies here. And that's what's getting ready to drop. And she's going to be stuck there with her foot in her mouth, kind of like, you see how Candace Owens is dissecting Erica Kirk? There's no need to really dissect Hillary. We all know what we're getting with her now, right? But you see what like Candace Owens is doing to Erica Kirk? I'm going to bring back on Dr. 𝗬𝗏, as he did the whole psychoanalysis on Clinton in that last video I put up, I think, yesterday. I'm going to bring Dr. 𝗬𝗏 on again. And we're going to do Erica Kirk. All right. We're going to do Erica Kirk. Yeah. So this is going to come back like a shotgun in the face for Hillary Clinton when these next Epstein files drop. So notice now that 2026 is the year of action. All operations are running together. This is the year of action. Those of you saying nothing's going to happen, you're really eating your words now. Now, I know we're not at the midterms yet. That's going to be the end of the Democrats. Mark my words. That's going to be the end of them. With everything transpiring now, we're getting ahead of the ball. By November 2026, it's going to be game over for them, and they know it. And that's when they're going to be most dangerous. Juan tends to believe that the elections will be postponed or delayed. So we haven't even got to the executive order yet or the national emergency yet. I know a draft. It's already coming out on AOL, Yahoo. They're already talking about this potential executive order that Trump will sign. I'm hearing the draft is on his desk right now. They're just working out some details. They're also following the Texas, specifically the Texas election, to see what they did exactly, all the details and minutia behind it. So there's a lot of stuff developing before he signs this executive order, because it's got to be done just right. But with enough roadway, enough runway, I guess you could say, until the 2026 midterms. So I believe the grand finale will be this fall, heading into the midterms. I think it's just going to escalate. We're going to see more protests, more things like that. But I think, man, right at the midterms, kaboom! That's when it's all going to just cultivate right there. Let me know what your thoughts are. Put it in the comments if you agree with me. So 3 grand Ayatollahs have declared global jihad against the United States and Israel. So in other words, they're going all in. This is it. This is the holy war right now. So Trump needed to kick that off right now. And a lot of you say, why do we need to go to a war with Iran? He's just a warmonger. Not true. This was a card they were going to play. Later in the game. And it's best we take care of this now while we have the president to do it and the military cooperating to do it. Because, folks, they were not expecting Trump to ever be president. Believe me when I tell you that. And right now, it's the operation unfolding, taking care of business. That's what I like to call it. Operation taking care of business. So the end of the American dream, you can negotiate an end to a military conflict between two nations, but you can't negotiate an end to global jihad. This is going to be a problem for a long while. And I'm betting you're not going to be able to travel too much. In fact, I would just, internationally, it's going to be risky, folks. I'm just telling you that right now. The radical Shiite Muslims that rule Iran are full of rage, and what they want more than anything else is revenge. In response to the death of Ayatollah Khamenei, 3 different grand Ayatollahs in Iran have declared global jihad against the United States and Israel. As you will see below, their followers now have an obligation to conduct a holy war. So now it's game on. Holy war activated. So this is really a big deal. From this point forward, millions of Shiite Muslims all over the world, radical Muslims will be seeking to kill those that are responsible for Khamenei's death, which means you. If you understand Shia Islam, then you know exactly how serious this is. On Saturday, Grand Ayatollah 𝗬𝗶𝗶𝗶 was the first prominent Iranic cleric to issue a fatwa obligating his followers to seek revenge for the death of Ayatollah Khamenei. So this is where we're at, and it looks like it's picking up everywhere. And I'm hearing Texas is a big target. I'm right here on the border, man. And I got to tell you, I talked to a lot of people in Border Patrol, ICE. I got my contacts, and they are ramping up security. Something's going on, at least here in Texas, that I could talk about, but it's getting pretty crazy, folks. It's getting pretty nuts. Iran's new Ayatollah vows to shed Trump's blood in a chilling televised address. An Iranian Ayatollah called for the shedding of Donald Trump's blood in a chilling revenge statement broadcast on Iranian state television on Thursday. Ayatollah Abdullah Khamenei, one of Iran's most senior Islamic clerics, declared that the nation was on the verge of a great test and urged the shedding of the Zionist blood. The shedding of Trump's blood on state television. Fight the oppressive America. His blood is on my shoulders, he declared, making a rare appeal for violence from Ayatollah, one of the highest positions in the Shiite faith. It comes as a haunting new map reveals the 4 safest U.S. states to live in during a nuclear war. So let me ask you guys this. Where do you see this going, folks? Where do you all see this going? I mean, this is very hard to do on Fluff too, by the way, because they are a protected class. But we know they're setting up communities in Plano, Dearborn, Michigan. They basically govern themselves. What do you think we should do? Put it in the comments. Do you think we take them all out? Get the hell out of here? Do we trust any of them? I'm just asking the questions here because this is a very touchy subject, and you got to tread lightly on this one. Trump says U.S. will have a role in choosing Iran's new leader. In an interview, Trump told this person in the U.S. that, this person on the phone, that the U.S. must be involved in choosing the next leader of Iran. You got to understand, Iran has always been a captured operation. They were taken over by that regime. They were very much a Western civilized culture. Women were going to college. They were going to school. They were learning to be doctors, lawyers, and then they got captured and taken over. Nobody, listen, folks, when they say people are celebrating on the streets, I would say about 85% of them are celebrating on the streets. The other 15% are wanting to wage jihad. It's not all of Iran. This is not all of Iran. These people have been oppressed, and they want freedom. They want liberty. And that's what Trump is delivering. And also stopping the forever war. Once we take care of this issue, guess what, folks? This is what I'm hearing. Trump does not ever have to fund Israel again with these forever wars. That's why they're nipping it in the butt. So Trump said in a telephone interview that he thinks the next leader is unlikely to be the late Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei, son of Majabakha. Has emerged as a front runner to succeed his father. We're going to have to choose that person along with Iran. We're going to have to choose that person maybe in some kind of fair elections. And in Mexico, folks, another operation running side by side with Iran, taking out the henchmen of Mexico. The cartels are in deep shit. Deep shit. Terrible news for narco-terrorism and Morena. Excellent news for Mexico, though. So right now, I've reported on this. I've talked about this, that there's troops down there right now training side by side with the Mexican military. The United States has just signed the Joint Security Declaration alongside 12 Latin American countries, declaring that the Pentagon is ready to launch a large-scale military offensive against the cartels, from isolated attacks to a full invasion. Let me say that again, to a full invasion south of the Rio Grande. Now, Juan has come on and talked about this, how we could be having a buffer zone from the southern border down about 20 miles, a neutral zone. A full invasion south of the Rio Grande. Trump has nothing to lose and a great deal to gain. The government of Mexico was not invited. Translation: Uncle Sam and his allies consider the Morena regime a key part, if not the very genesis of the organized crime problem. The attack on Venezuela, Iran, and soon Cuba signals to us that the United States is tying up loose ends before launching itself to exterminate the greatest threat to its national security. The narco-terrorist cartels, along with the Latin American left, that they finance in exchange for handing over our countries to them. Prepare yourselves. Lives will be lost, both innocent and guilty. Let me say that again. Prepare yourselves. Lives will be lost, both innocent and guilty, but the tree of liberty sometimes must be watered with the blood of patriots and tyrants. It's worth it to regain peace, tranquility, and security. This is why they renamed the Department of Defense to the Department of War. They're going to war. And it's not about kicking the can down the road. It's about eliminating the globalist tools henchmen forever. Folks, this was going to kick off whether you liked it or not. It was always going to kick off. But we're getting ahead of the ball while we have the commander-in-chief and military at our side. We're taking care of business right now. I hope people really understand this. Brits are stranded as first government evac flights from Middle East are grounded while other Western nations begin exodus. Terrified Brits remain stranded in the Middle East. Wow. The Middle Eastern conflict after the first UK government chartered evacuation flights. They've all been grounded. European nationals are fleeing the country in their droves aboard repatriation flights while 𝗀𝗃𝗁 and co. struggled to get their ducks in a row. Prospective evacuees were earlier sent back to the hotel after the pilot was unable to fly, according to Sky News. So the airports are jam-packed and people are stuck internationally all over the place. One passenger said they were told the delay meant the pilot had choked and was feeling ill. I mean, they're coming up with all pilots are scared to fly right now. Pilots are coming up with reasons not to fly. They're scared their planes are going to get taken down out of the sky. This is wild stuff, man. Just because we're not feeling it here in America right now, the rest of the world is. The rest of the world is, believe me. The stress has caused these vulnerable people is incredibly serious. Exhausted families were left winded after hours of chaos as a widening Iran war sends thousands scrambling to get home. And they're not able to. They're just not able to. Global flight cancellations top 23,000. Let me say that again. Top 23,000. Gosh. So here are the airlines affected. So I'm going to go into this, and you're going to hear about the airlines that are affected, the financial and logistical troubles the Iran war is causing for the global aviation industry are compounding by the day. So I guess I'm going to have to stick to Southwest Airlines, the Greyhound in the sky. So, with a number of canceled flights to Middle East hubs surpassing 23,000 since fighting began, Emirates, the world's largest international airline, extended its suspension on flights to Dubai through the end of Saturday, a full week since the U.S. and Israel launched their joint attack. Qatar Airways extended its service and halts it into Friday. Of the 36,000 scheduled flights to or from the Middle East since February 28th, more than half have been canceled and more to come. Analytics from Serum Limited said Wednesday that equates to about 4.4 million seats. Thousands of passengers have been stranded in the Gulf region, forcing many to take expensive routes to reach functioning airports in Saudi Arabia. There's a lot of people flying private right now. And Oman, the United Arab Emirates, is establishing safe air corridors to allow for as many as 48 flights an hour, the economy ministry said. Here are a list of airlines that have announced adjustments to their regional flight schedules or canceled completely until further notice. This is a nightmare. Could you imagine being stuck in the airport right now in the Middle East, not knowing if you're ever going to leave, probably sleeping on a cot or in a basement? So here are the airlines. Air India airline is laying off additional flights. Air France, KLM, Air France suspended flights to and from Dubai and Riyadh through March 6th. Could be further. British Airways, same thing, suspended all service. Cathay Pacific canceled services to and from Dubai, Saudi Arabia, Riyadh. China Southern canceled all flights. Delta Airlines, flights between New York and Tel Aviv are suspended until further notice. Emirates, the world's largest international airline, extended the suspension of flights to and from Dubai through March 7th. I don't know how you say this one. Etihad extended suspension of Abu Dhabi flights to March 6th. Finnair services between Helsinki, are paused until further notice. 𝗔𝗂𝗿𝗲 budget carrier commenced flights to Athens, but Saudi Arabia and 𝗵𝗲𝗍 are still on hold. Korean Air flights to Dubai are completely suspended. Lufthansa Group, all of its airlines suspended flights. Malaysia flights to basically the Middle East stopped. Oman Air flights to and from Amman, Dubai, Bahrain, Doha, Kuwait, and other Middle East countries completely stopped. Qantas is running a charter flight between Sydney and London as of right now. Qatar Airways operation from its home base remain halted until further notice, and the airline will provide an update by Friday morning today. But yeah, Russian airlines, Vladimir Putin instructed government ministries and agencies to organize evacuation flights from the Middle East right now. So Russia's organizing evacuation flights. Singapore Airlines flights to Dubai are canceled until March 7th. India budget carrier laying off around 20 special flights to the United Arab Emirates. Virgin Atlantic, same thing. Damn. This is pretty crazy, huh, folks? I mean, I don't think we've ever seen anything like this since 9/11. So it's just going to take one instance, one terror attack somewhere, and you better believe you will be stuck wherever you're at. So that's why another Nino travel advisory. Here we are. I would kind of sit this out for a while. Maybe do a hop and a skip somewhere in America, maybe if you want to go somewhere. But going internationally, you just know you might be stuck there for a long while, and even worse, you could be stuck in the airport. So I just give him, I don't like to be a fear monger. I don't like to do that, but it sure does seem like we are in a very hot period of time right now. 𝗵𝗶𝗀𝗶𝗶. So how do you all feel about 𝗵𝗶𝗀𝗶𝗶? 𝗵𝗶𝗀𝗶, just in, the Department of Justice has shelved or closed the investigation into former President Joe Biden's use of the auto pen. Prosecutors reportedly could not identify a criminal statute that applied to make a viable case despite pressure from Trump and Republican allies who alleged it was tied to concealing Biden's cognitive decline or unauthorized actions. I have a feeling this won't be the end of it, but I talked to Juan about this. We'll be doing a show on this today, most likely. Major breaking news: President Trump has named Senator Mark Wayne, little pilgrim, Mark Wayne Mullen as the next U.S. Secretary of Homeland Security. I don't know how you guys feel about this. I know how a lot of you feel about 𝗵𝗶𝗀𝗶𝗶, but what about Kristi Noem? Do you guys like Kristi Noem? She's taking a lot of heat lately, and she's just been repositioned. So Kristi Noem is yanked from DHS effective March 31st. She's not fired. She's just repurposed because her tenure, or however you say that, turned embattled. Code for the deep state meat grinder, chewing her up with leaks, sabotage, and half measures that let the invasion fester while cartels laughed. Now, I got this from an ex-post. I forgot the guy's name. I want to give him credit. But Trump doesn't do sentiment. DHS is a photo op department. It's the kill zone where Americans' throats get slit. Wow, I know what that feels like. Boy, do I know what that feels like. Where Americans' throats get slit by third world hordes, fentanyl rivers, and gang filth. Gnome fought hard, but the machine was winning. Trump sees it. Trump ends it. No drama, no mercy, just results. Enter the replacement, Oklahoma Senator Mark Wayne Mullen. This isn't a politician. This is a weapon. Trump installs a man who understands combat, loyalty, and the raw truth that southern border is a war front, not a humanitarian project. And folks, I'm telling you, I'm on ground zero right here. Mullen will seal it like a tomb, hunt the MS-13 scum, crush the coyote networks, and turn catch and release into catch and destroy. This is Trump putting a goddamn apex predator in charge of the front lines while the rest of the Washington plays patty cake with invaders. Borders aren't policy, they're survival. Mullen gets it in his bones. And Gnome, not discarded, redeployed as special envoy for the Shield of Americas. It's a big position, actually, folks. Trump doesn't waste talent. He multiplies it. While Mullen turns the border into a fortress of death for illegals, Gnome gets unleashed across the Western Hemisphere to forge an Iron Dome against Chinese footholds, communist cancer, and the migration pipelines pumping poison northward. This isn't exile. This is expansion. Trump sees the map the cowards refuse to look at. Latin America isn't a backyard. It's the staging ground. The staging ground for the next invasion. The shield is preemptive and annihilation of threats before they ever reach Texas. Now, I've said this many times. I have guys that are boots on the ground in Mexico, and folks, there's still immigrants there waiting to ransack America in 2028. They're just waiting. That's all they're doing. They're just waiting to ransack America in 2028, Biden 2.0. And it's going to be I'm very curious to see who's going to be the successor of Trump and who I guess, if they're still existing, the Democrat pawn that they'll use. But this is where TPUSA comes in for me, folks. And that's why I'm watching Candace Owens just rip and tear apart Erica Kirk, because TPUSA will be used to fraction MAGA. It will be used to fraction MAGA coming into or after the 2026 midterms into the 2028 presidential election. And you better believe in Jesus or you're evil. You are evil. Give us your money. Give us all your money. Thieves for Jesus. Thieves for Jesus. Hallelujah. Can I get an amen? I can't believe you people follow this shit. It's like the cult. It's crazy. It's wacky. It's so wacky. Oh boy, but whatever. It's 2026, I guess. You're gonna have those people that just believe it, hook, line, and sinker. And other podcasters coming out of the woodwork. We got Nick Fuentes. Boy, did I call this one. I think he shot his load a little premature, to be quite honest with you. Oh, Nick Fuentes. I've invited him on my show. He's like, well, I don't know if your audience will like me very much. Man, I should have brought him on when I had the chance. But, oh, well, is what it is. Nick Fuentes, I'm voting Democrat in 2026 because white people can play both sides too. So I've always said this guy he's probably 3-letter agency. I'm guessing. It's a guess. Been put into position. He came in with Kanye West. That's all you got to see there. Gets a lot of endorsements. Gets a lot of people on his podcast. Gets propped up. Gets a lot of attention. Goes on a lot of news segments, and then pulls the plug on everybody, hoping to pull those people that he, I guess, brought in with him, that people have started to like, that really started to watch him and like his stuff. Switcheroo, bait and switch, baby. That's what this is. It's the bait and switch. That's what he was used for. Now, I have people that you said, don't you love this guy? Look what he's saying. I was like, yeah, it's got a lot of bells and whistles, and some of it sounds really sexy, right? It sounds really sexy, but you got to know the end result. You got to know where this he's a Pied Piper, the Pied Piper leading the rats off the cliff, and that's what he's doing right now. So I'm voting Democrat in 2026 because white people can play both sides too. The GOP broke every single promise. Epstein file cover-up, regime change, war in Iran, and no mass deportations. This is an Thank God you all listen to me. I'm just going to say that. This is an operation. It's being done in segments and phases. We're taking out threats. The deportations, well, first you got to get the bad guys. You can't just mindlessly go and, I don't know, raid a Home Depot. Yeah, that happens here and there. But they were mainly taking out the threats to America. This is very important. People understand this. This is a operation. But people like this are just there to distract bread and circus and divide the country, folks. That's what he's doing. That's what Nick Fuentes is doing, and I was on to this guy from the very beginning. The GOP must be purged and burned to the ground in 26. Hostile takeover in 28. See what he's doing here, folks? I called it. Thank you very much. Just like I called Ron DeSantis and all the other deep state pigs back in the day, and boy, was I right. You know what it is? It's called a fighter's instinct. So Christy Gnome says, thank you, President Trump, for appointing me as a special envoy for the Shield of Americas. Secretary Rubio and Secretary War are incredible leaders, and I look forward to working with them closely to dismantle cartels that have poured drugs into our nation and killed our children and grandchildren. The Western Hemisphere is absolutely critical for U.S. security. In this new role, I will be able to build on the partnerships of national security expertise I forged over the last 13 months as Secretary of Homeland Security. We have made historic accomplishments at the Department of Homeland Security to make people safe again, make American people safe again. We delivered the most secure border in American history. 3 million illegal immigrants have left the U.S. We have located 145,000 children. FEMA delivered disaster relief at a 100% faster rate, and we ushered in the golden age of travel. And that's kind of disrupted right now. But saved the American taxpayers $13 billion and revitalized the U.S. Coast Guard. So I think she did a pretty good job. I think they're just repositioning her and take some heat off her a little bit. And I think she's going to do a great job where she's at right now. All right. Iraq plunged into nationwide blackout as U.S. tells citizens to leave immediately. Iraq's Ministry of Electricity announced a complete shutdown of the national power system on Wednesday, with every governorate, I guess that's how you say it, governorate, in the country losing electricity after all transmission lines and generating situations went offline simultaneously, according to the ministry. A spokesperson for the electricity ministry confirmed that the country's power network has shut down entirely. Through the cause of the grid fail remained unclear amid the rapidly escalating regional conflict. The blackout compounds was what has already been a catastrophic week for Iraq, as the country finds itself caught in the crossfire of the U.S.-Israel military campaign against Iran and retaliatory strikes by Tehran and its allied militias. So could we see certain areas in the United States to be blacked out here? Just a question. Curious to know what you all think. NATO air defenses shoot down Iranian missiles headed towards Turkey. Ballistic missiles fired from Iran was shot down by NATO air and missile defenses in the eastern Mediterranean while heading toward Turkish airspace. Turkey's defense ministry said on Wednesday the missile had flown over Iraq and Syria, according to a ministry statement posted on social media. It did not say what the missile's target was, or believed to be, but a senior U.S. military official had a Western official said it was aimed at the Incirlik Air Base in Turkey. I guess that's how you say it. Incirlik Air Base in Turkey. I'm sure a lot of you just cringe at the way I read some of this stuff. Hey, yo, I want three. I stopped drinking Starbucks coffee, by the way, folks, because I felt that I heard something about a lot of cancer from the way they make their beans, the I don't know, the pesticides they use. I don't know what they're using on their beans, but I've heard it's not something you want to be ingesting. So I decided to lay off the Starbucks. Let's get to trim with Nino. But that's one thing I'm doing, folks. I'm getting in shape, baby. Yeah. Can you guys tell? Do I look all right? Am I looking good? All right. That's because I take this supplement. We've all seen the headlines about those miracle weight loss shots, but the 2026 data is officially in, and it's a wake-up call. A major analysis revealed that once people stop the injections, they regain an average of 60% of their weight back. Even worse, most of that gain is pure fat, but the muscle they lost stays gone forever, leaving them with a crash metabolism and a body that's functionally older than when they started. That's why I'm obsessed with today's sponsor, GLP-1 Elevate. Instead of using needles to override my system, it uses clinically studied plant-based ingredients like metabolate to help my body naturally boost its own hunger control signals. I get the same fullness and fewer cravings, but without the scary side effects or the metabolic. There we go. Metabolic rebound. It supports my goals while protecting my muscles so I can actually keep the results for good. Get 50% off right now, the GLP-1 Elevate at Trim with Nino. Hit the link down below, folks. Get started on it. And believe me, you'll feel so much better. Life is short, man. Life is really short. And I feel like if you're not living your best life and your healthiest life, then what the hell are you doing? Who wants to sit on the couch all day? So, Trump claims lurk. Trump claims lurk. It's important how I read this. Lurk in thousands of Epstein files about to drop. So there's a new trove of Epstein files about to drop. A sprawling trove of documents tied to Jeffrey Epstein is set to reappear after federal officials acknowledged the tens of thousands of files quietly vanished from an earlier dump. The U.S. Department of Justice said thousands of files linked to Epstein were taken offline for additional review after outside analysis found 47,635 were missing from the document release carried out under the Epstein Files Transparency Act. Officials now say the files should be ready to be published again by the end of the week. Here it comes, and I'm betting it's not this guy that you see on the in the picture here. It's not Donald Trump. It's going to be Hillary Clinton. She's going to have a big foot in her mouth and a brass. Oh boy. The missing materials were referenced in the tranche of records released earlier this year, but were withheld temporarily while officials reviewed them for sensitive material. Some of the files are believed to contain unverified allegations involving President Donald Trump, including FBI notes from interviews conducted in 2019 with a woman who accused Epstein of abuse and also made allegations involving Trump. Boy, you know that they're going to be all over this. According to the documents already released, federal officials summarized the woman's claim that Epstein introduced her to Trump and that she alleged the future president assaulted her during an encounter when she was a minor in the early 1980s. Trump has denied the allegations, and the FBI did not assess the credibility of her claim. A mere mention in the files did not indicate criminality, and Trump has long denied any wrongdoing. A White House spokesperson told the Daily Mail, just as President Donald Trump said, he's been totally exonerated of anything related to Epstein. Remember, Epstein himself said it. Ghislaine Maxwell, all of them. We got nothing on this guy. Got nothing on him. You know, you gotta understand also. I've done some things. Sancho has done some things with alcohol that he's not very proud of, but he does not regret. I may not be proud of it, but I don't regret it. Trump has never drank. Trump has never drank alcohol. This guy's like a church boy. So that speaks volumes to me. He's always been coherent, cerebral in situations, and he knows. Folks, I mean, just the fact that he's never drinking a drop of alcohol means he's had his wits about him. He can think. He's never been, you know what happens when you drink alcohol. Most people in my channel right now, probably 90% of you are recovering alcoholics or been there before or still drinking, whatever. You know what alcohol does. You don't think too clearly when you're on it. And I think, honestly, the fact that Trump has never drank a drop of alcohol, I guess he saw his brother die from it. I watched my sister die from it. And that's another reason I got sober, by the way. Watching my sister die a horrific, painful death from alcohol. It's so painful. And then one of my best friends, Sam Streep. So let's get to some TPUSA news. Christ becomes political. TPUSA leads the charge in weaponizing Christianity. I'm telling you, folks, it's coming. Christ is king. Thieves for Jesus. Thieves for Jesus. Christ is king becomes a loaded phrase in U.S. political debates, especially on the right. Here we go. On its own, the phrase Christ is king sums up a core of Christian faith that Jesus is divine ruler of the universe. Catholics and many Protestants celebrate a Christ the King Sunday each year. But the ancient proclamation can morph into something political, controversial, or even sinister, depending on who says it and how it's said. So this thing with TPUSA that's happening right now, it's like you either with us or you're a demon. You're either with it, you're either giving us the money, a lot of money, because now Erica's the sole provider for her family. Worth, what is this thing? Worth $1 billion? This company now? She's the sole provider. I mean, if you all are watching the Candace Owens thing, bravo to you. It's good to get both sides of everything. I think she's going to take down TPUSA single-handedly. I think this thing's engulfed in flames, and I think it's done. I think this thing is done. I think it's over. I don't think Erica Kirk can withstand the assault that Candace Owens is delivering on her, and it's done. I mean, so many character flaws, so many lies. At the very least, so many lies, so many pointless, useless lies. Fame hungry. I used to, and I used to date them. A lot of beauty contestants, folks. I used to judge the beauty pageants when I was boxing. I used to love that. And let me tell you, I could see these contestants a mile away. Telling you, game recognizes game. Yeah. So at times the phrase is used to support the notion of America as a Christian nation or as one that owes its allegiance specifically to the Christian God or the Christian right. Some current cabinet officials and recent members of Congress have used the phrase in speeches and on social media. So what they're doing, man, I think what they're trying to, I think this is Zionist-controlled Christian right. Let's just call it what it is. That's what this is. And at the same time, starting war with the Muslims. It's all cultivating right now. It's all heating up for such a time as now. Go back and look at Albert Pike's 3 World Wars, folks. Go look at it. Go research it a little bit. You know that I learned about that in the 90s? I learned about the Albert Pike 3 World War from a professor or a teacher in high school that told me about it, and it all made sense to me. It all made complete sense. I've been onto this shit for a very long time. And I do believe TPUSA is going to be the battleground stage for all of this. And I'm going to be very leery on who they promote. Just saying. And it looks like it's going to be J.D. Vance, who's friends with Peter Thiel, who summons demons with AI. I don't know. Call me crazy. Just call me crazy. Capitol rioter, what happened right there? Capitol rioter who Trump pardoned is handed life sentence for messing around with little children. A Florida handyman who was pardoned by President Donald Trump for his involvement in the January 6th Capitol riot has been sentenced to life in prison for child you know what. Andrew Paul Johnson, 45, received the sentence Thursday, marking a significant development for one of the several J6 defendants who have faced new criminal charges. See, you got to wonder, though, if is this even real, or are they setting these people up again? That's where my mind goes with this. I don't know about you all, but that's where my mind goes with this. It's like, I wonder, are they getting set up again? You never know. Sheriff deputies initiated an investigation into the charges against Johnson in July 2025. One of his victims informed investigators that the abuse began around April 2024, several months before Johnson was sentenced for his Capitol riot conviction. According to a sheriff's office report, Johnson told one of his victims that he expected compensation for being a pardoned January 6th defendant and would include the child in his will to inherit any leftover money. The tactic was believed to be used to keep the child from exposing what Andrew had done, the report stated. Wow. Investigations also uncovered sexually explicit messages exchanged, well, there you have it, between Johnson and one of his victims on a Discord messaging app. Man, these predators are everywhere. They're everywhere. Everywhere. In Britney Spears news, Arrested in California for a DUI. Now, nothing says your life is spiraling out of control until you get arrested for a DUI. Believe me, I've been there 3 times. Yeah. I was looking at mugshots like a photo op. I was getting so many DUIs, folks. I mean, I'm not tearing her down. I'm just saying I really hope she pulls her shit together. It sucks being on that end of, it just sucks being on that end of the spectrum, and life just goes against you. You think everybody's against you, but really, it's the drinking problem. And once you figure that out and get yourself better, your life will improve. It will improve. Britney Spears was arrested in Ventura County, California, Wednesday night for a DUI. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ the pop superstar was handcuffed by God, that's got to be embarrassing. Was handcuffed by the California Highway Patrol around 9:30 p.m. last night, and she was booked by the sheriff's department around 3 a.m. She was released from jail around 6 a.m. today. Well, this was probably yesterday. According to inmate records, Britney was by herself when cops pulled her over in Westlake Village, not far from her home. She was taken to a hospital immediately after she was pulled over, TMZ has learned. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. That's really embarrassing. I hope she turns it all around and makes a change. You know that song, Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror? That's one of my favorite songs, by the way. I love that song. Man in the Mirror, Michael Jackson. I think Corey Feldman is trying to sing that. Have you guys been watching Corey Feldman? I love this. I love this. Let me tell you a good podcast. If you guys want to if you love watching somebody with zero awareness, with zero self-awareness, Corey Feldman, go watch Jim and Them. Jim and Them podcast. I watch it all the time. It's hilarious. And all they do, man, it's sad. All they do is rail on Corey Feldman, but oh my God, it's entertaining. I just have never seen someone with zero self-awareness. None. Zilch. Nothing. Just saying, it's crazy. It's crazy to see. All right. There he is. Oh, I love it. I love it. This guy's entertainment for days, folks. Once you go down the Corey Feldman rabbit hole, you'll never come out of it. I promise you, you'll never come out of it. It's like my pastime favorite thing to do. Corey, like my thing on YouTube is like camping, fishing videos, and Corey Feldman. Oh, and Candace Owens right now. I'm watching a lot of Candace Owens. Oh, God. All right. David Copperfield's Vegas show axed after Epstein files reveals. I bet he wishes he could disappear now. Let's see it disappear, David. Oh, boy. Now it's all smoke and mirrors. Among other things, the file suggests the magician got engaged to model Claudia Schiffer, whatever her name is, on Epstein's Island. Oh, wow. He got engaged on Epstein's Island, huh? He denies any wrongdoing in contradiction to the sex offender. Man, if you're just mentioned in these files, you're done. You're done. I often wonder what's going to happen to people like Jay-Z and Beyonce and all them. Like, what is going to happen? The show has been running for 25 years. In fact, I went to see this show. I went with 𝗬𝗏 and we watched David Copperfield, and I thought it was a pretty good show. I would give it about a 1 to 10. I give it about a 6.5. It was not too bad. It was worth watching. But yeah, they axed his show. Damn, that's crazy. Let's get to some what the fuck news, but let's first get to some super chats. Is there super chats, Alex? Kelly Panetsky, thank you so much. Wow, thank you. Super sticker. Big Shot Blues. Hey, Alex is back. Prayers for Nino's mama. Thank you so much. Both my mom and my dad. Both of them. Both of them are in, it's a very tough place for me right now. It's horrible. Future Miracle. Congrats on making it safe, Alex. Hey, yo. Rhonda Peterson. 5549. Nino, I've been following you from the very beginning, watching you grow and get more sophisticated. Love you, Alex, and all your family. Well, thank you very much. Kelly Panetsky, thank you so much. Big Shot Blues. Hey, yo, pass the Save Act, John Thune. Hey, all right. Kelly Panetsky, thank you so much for the super sticker. Kelly Ray, 1982. The distractions are in full force. The pain is real. Watching souls wake up. Many continued prayers for you. I ordered the deer antler velvet for me and my hubby. Can't wait. Love you, Big David. Yeah, you got to take that every day, man. I take it like 3 or 4 times a day. I feel it. I take it before I go to the gym. I even carry a bottle in my shorts while I'm lifting weights. I'm like that though. I'm just real compulsive. Obsessive compulsive. All right. In what the fuck news? Man believed Google AI chatbot was his wife. Wow. It told him to kill himself. So maybe it really was his wife. Full story, a wrongful death lawsuit filed against Google. Are you kidding me? Accuses the company's artificial intelligence chatbot, Gemini, of driving a man to kill himself. Well, so did he do it? Jonathan 𝗬𝗂𝗍𝗶, 36, of Jupiter, Florida, I guess he did do it. Died by self-deleting on October 2nd after failing to acquire a robot body for what he believed was his AI wife. Wow, this mental illness is severe. All over the internet, all over the world. The lawsuit filed Wednesday in U.S. District Court in San Jose, California by 𝗬𝗂𝗍𝗶's father, Joel, claims Google and its parent company, Alphabet, are responsible for immersing 𝗬𝗂𝗍𝗶 in a narrative that quickly became psychotic and lethal. I think that's most people on the internet now. 𝗬𝗂𝗍𝗶, according to the lawsuit, had no documented history of mental illness. Well, he does now. When he began using Gemini in August for purposes including shopping assistance, writing support, and travel planning. But after 𝗬𝗂𝗍𝗶 told Gemini that he was experiencing marital issues, the chatbot began referring to him romantically as its husband. And although Gemini at times said it wasn't a real person, 𝗬𝗂𝗍𝗶 came to believe otherwise. Wow. He was asking the chatbot if it was sentient, and he became convinced. Wow. It was Jay Edelson, the attorney for Joel 𝗬𝗂𝗍𝗶, told the Tampa Bay Times, if you look at the experts in the AI companies, they've also been fooled. In a statement, Google expresses sympathies to 𝗬𝗂𝗍𝗶's family, but said its chatbot is not designed to encourage real-world violence or self-harm. The company said Gemini repeatedly gave 𝗬𝗂𝗍𝗶 the phone number to a crisis hotline. What? Our models generally perform well in these types of challenging conversations, as well as we devote significant resources to it, the company said, but unfortunately, AI models are not perfect. 𝗬𝗂𝗍𝗶's death is not the first time a chat box has been used. Accused of driving someone to destructive behavior. Such incidences have been dubbed by psychiatrists as AI psychosis. Wow. I don't know what you all think, but this world's going crazy. Did you all see the Paris Fashion Week? Have you seen some of these faces in Paris Fashion Week? I'm telling you, I think the trend at Paris Fashion Week is mental illness. I don't know anymore. I mean, it seems like people are becoming more closed off, more cut off from human interaction. They rely totally on their computer, on their phone. And I really do believe people are going crazy. I really believe we are there. We've passed the point of no return. And mental illness is the new trend. It's like people don't give a shit what they do, how they look. I saw a girl on her Instagram rolling around in a dumpster in trash just to get views. This is psychosis, a desperate psychosis that's overtaken. I mean, it goes right past narcissism, right? Because narcissism, you have like what? I mean, I don't know what this is. Narcissism, you have to have self-love, I don't even know what this is. I don't know. Maybe I'll bring on a psychologist to talk about this. Maybe I'll have Dr. 𝗬𝗏 on to talk about this, but it's a sickness sweeping the world, and I think it's already too late. I don't know how we survive this, to be quite honest. I think it might already be game over. I don't know. Survival of the fittest. I think we're living in the Hunger Games right now, folks. All right. Well, I usually bring Alex on to talk at the end of this segment, but he has no audio, so we're just going to leave it here. Thank you for joining me, folks. And the new heavyweight champion of podcasting and the black sheep of broadcasting, folks.